Thank you for joining our live press conference announcing the agenda for Silicon Slopes Summit 2025. This is a historic day for Utah, marking the 9th annual summit, which will take place January 14th through the 17th. To announce this year's agenda, Silicon Slopes CEO Clint Betts will broadcast live in just a moment. Thank you.
This year's Silicon Slopes Summit will be unlike anything we've ever held in our entire lives as an organization, as a people, as Utahns. You are not going to want to miss this event. First, we're bringing it to Utah County, something we've never done before, surprisingly. The event's main 2 days are Tuesday, January 14th, and Wednesday, January 15th, at Utah Valley University at the UCCU Center, to be specific. And I like to be specific. The event is also free. Another first. We've never done that before. It's crazy. This event in Silicon Valley, in New York, in Boston, in Miami, in Austin, anywhere else is $2,000 at least for a ticket. It's free for all Utahns. That's insane. We even have a VIP ticket that's only $95. You can get a VIP ticket for $95. You can't even get a Nike pair of shoes for $95. Just to give you a sense, this is insane. You have to come to Silicon Slopes Summit. You have no excuse. It's free. And if you want a VIP experience and be treated like a king, and we basically roll the red carpet the entire time you're walking everywhere you go throughout the venue and throughout the event, that's only $95. That's insane. Make sure you register now. As for this year's agenda, we have more TED-style talks and presentations than ever before. We're not just doing fireside chats and panels, although we have some incredible ones of those as well. We have some incredible speakers. One of Utah's most brilliant minds, Dr. Nellie Ulrich, Chief Scientific Officer at Huntsman Cancer Institute, will give a presentation about how AI and big data are changing cancer prevention and care. I don't know why I said it like that. How AI and big data are changing cancer prevention and care, but they are. AI is changing cancer prevention and care. And Dr. Nellie Ulrich, Chief Scientific Officer at Huntsman Cancer Institute, will give a presentation on that very fact. You'll hear from all of Utah's venture capital firms what it takes to raise money in 2025, what kind of companies they're looking to invest in, and how AI, whenever I say AI, I go, hi, AI is changing the entire venture capital and investment industry. You do not want to miss this. Every single one of the Utah venture capital firms will be in attendance. We'll hear from Dr. George Handley. He's a professor at BYU. He's a doctor. That alone should make you want him to come. He's talking about environmental stewardship and how we can make Utah remain Utah. That's a big deal. And he's not like one of these, anyways, you know what I mean. It's not going to be like a lecture. He actually has some real incredible, very good insights, practical tips, and ways that we can help solve what's happening in the environment in the state of Utah. You're going to want to check this out. With Zions Bank, we have one of the country's largest and most important regional banks in the entire country. Their new CEO, Paul Burtis, I bet you haven't met him. You're going to, will give us insights on the state of the economy, how fintech is changing banking, and most importantly, for you fintech startups and entrepreneurs and everybody else who's building stuff in Utah, what Zions Bank looks for in tech companies and startups when they look to partner with folks like yourself. Very important. You're not going to want to miss this conversation. My good friend, Julia Krieger, managing partner at Paris Passu Ventures, a renowned venture capital fund, will give a keynote on mastering the art of pitching your startup. No one knows this subject better. If you want to know how to pitch your startup to venture capital firms and VCs and people like Julia Krieger, managing partner at Paris Passu Ventures, you are not going to want to miss this talk. She is an incredible person, an incredible leader, has been in some of the biggest deals in tech history. You're not going to want to miss this. We also have the incredible, the indomitable, the amazing Dr. Astrid Tuminez, president at Utah Valley University, who will be talking about the future of education, how it's changing, and her own inspirational story on how she became what she became, and how she got where she is. I love President Timinus. Did you know in 2024, a Utah startup broke the all-time record for a Series B, let me just check my notes, ever raised in our state's history at $330 million. Job Nimbus raised $330 billion in a Series C fundraising event. It's never been done in the history of Utah. They did it in 2014. Their CEO, Ben Hodson, will speak about the company's journey and what they've done to get to where they are and how they earned that evaluation and everything that's insane about what you just heard. $330 billion in the state of Utah. Series B. I didn't say Series C. I didn't say Series D. I didn't say Series E. B. $330 million. You're going to want to hear this story. We have Dave Ross, Health Catalyst CTO and Chief Product Officer, giving a presentation on how to craft a technology company that people are going to want to buy to potential acquirers, the people who buy tech companies. How do you build a company, and how do you build a startup, and how do you build something worthwhile that people would want to buy? That doesn't mean you have to sell it. Health Catalyst is a public company. But how do you build a company that is valuable and that people would want to buy if they were so inclined to do so? The great Davis Bell, Canopy CEO, will deliver a presentation on artificial intelligence and software as a service, and how when these two incredible things combine, it makes magic. And the future of software as a service because of AI. You are not going to want to miss this. This is a keynote, TED-style presentation, talk, whatever you want to call it, by one of Utah's greatest CEOs, Davis Bell from Canopy. Do not miss this talk. Egon Durbin, Silver Lake CEO, will be coming to Utah at Silicon Slopes Summit to speak with Entrata CEO Adam Edmonds about the difference between Silicon Slopes and Silicon Valley, what makes a tech company attractive to investors, and how to build lasting value in today's market. Silver Lake's biggest fund in the world. I'm pretty sure he manages $25 billion. I'm pretty sure he returned over $20 billion just since 2013 to investors. It's insane. It's insane what this guy does. He's incredible. He's entertaining. This is a huge name that maybe you didn't realize was a huge name. You are not going to want to miss this event, this conversation with Entrata CEO Adam Edmonds, another incredible company here in the state of Utah, and a great leader in Adam. But you're not going to want to miss Egon Durbin, Silver Lake CEO, in conversation with Entrata CEO Adam Edmonds at this year's Silicon Slopes Summit. That was so professional, that end part. That was so good. Remember Paul Graham's recent essay on founder mode and how it became like the biggest thing in 2024, and everybody was talking about, founders need to take back their companies, and we need to have founders making big decisions, and we need to make cuts, and whatever the heck that essay was about. It actually wasn't that super clear of what founder mode is, but I have 3 CEOs. Silicon Slopes has 3 CEOs in the state of Utah. Fullcast CEO Ryan Westwood, MX CEO Ryan Caldwell, Lendio CEO Brock Blake, who are going to talk about founder mode, what it is, as all founders, all of these folks are founders, what it means to implement founder mode as both the founder, CEO, and leader, and how that relates to Utah companies, startups, tech companies, all that stuff directly. You're not going to want to miss this. If you've ever wondered, what is founder mode? Because if you read the essay, it's not entirely clear. Well, these guys are going to tell you. For the first time ever, the founder of Energy Solutions, remember them? It was the Energy Solutions Center forever. Before, right after the Delta Center, now that it's Delta Center again, and in between Vivint and Delta Center, there was Energy Solutions, an enormous company. Their founder, for the first time ever, Khosrow Semnani, is taking the stage to tell us about his career journey, provide some insights into what's happening in Iran, and discuss how to give back once you've made it. You're not going to want to miss this. Energy Solutions, one of the biggest companies to ever come out of the state of Utah, an incredible company, an incredible leader, for the first time ever, taking the stage at Silicon Slopes Summit. You're not going to want to miss it. There's been all sorts of conspiracy theories about how humans and governments can control the weather, and it turns out they can. And one of the people who does it is the CEO of Rainmaker, Augustus Dorico, who is doing just that. controlling the weather. And he's doing it right here in Utah. So come learn how, what he's doing exactly. You don't want to miss this. What this guy does is wild. What this company does is wild. Augustus is wild. You're going to be blown away by this presentation. He controls the weather. He's the CEO of a company called Rainmaker. He literally makes rain. Do not miss this event. Do not miss this keynote at Silicon Slopes Summit. We have the founders of Strider Technologies, who recently raised $55 million in a Series C, coming in to talk about how AI and big data are revolutionizing risk management and security intelligence. This company, these brothers, what they're doing in the state of Utah, the way they're changing security throughout the country and throughout the world, the way they're changing intelligence, the people and their clients that they work with. It's one of the most interesting startups, one of the most interesting companies coming out of the state of Utah. We have both of their co-founders coming to talk about how they just raised $55 million and what they're doing in the world. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you check it out only at Silicon Slopes Summit. We have Governor Spencer Cox, who will be inaugurated this very month for his second term in office, coming to talk to us about how the state of Utah utilizes technology to make the government more efficient, better, and serve you. You're not going to want to miss it. Again, this is our governor, the sitting governor of the great state of Utah, who will be inaugurated this very month, maybe right before our event, for his second term in office. We're excited to have him. You're not going to want to miss this talk. Gary Hoberman is a freaking genius, and he's also the founder and CEO of Uncork. He's going to blow your mind by giving you a presentation on how you can build enterprise grade applications and products and platforms without code. Uncork does this. Uncork does it without code. I want to repeat, it does it without code. You don't need to learn how to code. You just need Uncork and its platform in order to build whatever you want. First time I met this guy, when he told me about what he's doing, blew my mind. Had to have him come out here to Silicon Slopes to talk about what he's doing. It's not a Utah company. It's a huge company. I think he's based in New York City. But he's coming out here. He's coming to talk to all of you about how he and Uncork are building enterprise-grade technology platforms and solutions and applications without code. It's freaking wild. This one really will blow your mind. Last year, I had death threats because I invited a quorum of the 12 apostles, David Bednar, to come speak to us. And it turns out everything went smoothly. And it was the highest rated of all of the speakers we had last year. And we had some incredible speakers. Some people who make a living speaking, like Tony Robbins. David Bednar beat Tony Robbins in our reviews and surveys that we sent out afterwards to... He beat him. It's crazy. And it was wonderful and it was amazing and it was very worth having him come out. And so this year I thought, why don't we bring out a rabbi, Alan Goshen Gottstein, and a Buddhist nun, Karma Lexki Tasmo, guaranteed I said that wrong and I'm so sorry, to talk about the state of religion throughout the world, how it's going to bring people together, and how Silicon Slopes is partnering with both of these individuals and a wide array of various faiths, religious organizations, institutes to help bring, religions together. Why wouldn't we need that now more than ever? Look at what's happening throughout the world. I don't think I need to explain it any further. We have the great rabbi, the great Buddhist nun. You're not going to want to miss this. This could be the most special session of the entire conference. Don't miss this one. We have an actual, real, bona fide, big time celebrity coming to speak to us. Her name is Allison Holker. She's incredible. And her story is something you do not want to miss. She's huge. I was telling someone, I was like, hey, we have Allison Holker. That's a real celebrity, they said to me. Like, that's a real person. That's a huge person. So you're going to want to check this out. You're not going to want to miss Allison. Her story is incredible. You're going to wish you were there if you weren't, and you're going to be happy that you were there if you are. So make sure you come for Allison Holker at Silicon Slopes Summit. An incredible session on marketing mastery by NetApp CMO, Gabby Boko, Full House co-founder and CMO, Amy Cook, and Red Hat VP, Jen Balin, will teach you how to drive sustainable growth for your company. These are the marketing masters in the tech industry right now, not just in the state of Utah, but in the entire world. You are not going to want to miss. How do you build a great product, but how do you promote it? How do you market it? These people will tell you. So make sure you check it out. This is a session you're not going to want to miss. It's only happening at Silicon Slopes Summit. All of this is just the beginning. So many other incredible sessions are happening at the Silicon Slopes Summit this year. Expect more major announcements and videos just like this one in the coming days, in the coming hours, detailing everything happening as we get closer. The most important thing, though, is you need to register. You need to go to siliconslopes.com/summit. It's free to register. We will hit capacity. So you've got to register now. There will come a time where you go on that website, siliconslopes.com/summit, and you won't be able to register. That's going to happen. And so do it now while you still can, because we will hit capacity because it's free. And make sure you register. And if you want a VIP experience, it's basically like a crown on your head throughout the entire event, all 4 days of this thing, it's only $95. Again, at siliconslopes.com/summit. Go to siliconslopes.com/summit for more information. We can't wait to see you at Silicon Slopes 2025, the 9th Silicon Slopes Summit, number 9. That's a 1 away from 10. Silicon Slopes Summit 2025. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're registered. siliconslopes.com/summit. All details, all the ways to register for free or VIP at $95. Make sure you check it out.